The Pulse of Spokane is a broad show that showcases many different things in our community, sponsored by Local 29 Firefighters Union, Well Dressed Walrus, and Homes for You.
Well, welcome into another in-home edition of Spokane Talks, Pulse of Spokane. Today, I'm joined by Angela Geiss. Geiss, please tell me I pronounced that correctly.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, thank goodness. You're here on behalf of Make-A-Wish Foundation. I know that I have heard of the foundation in the past, and I think that it's a pretty well-known organization. But for those that may not know, would you mind just kind of giving an overview of what it is that you guys do at Make-A-Wish?
Yeah, absolutely. So we grant wishes to children between the ages of 2.5 and 18 who are battling a critical illness. And we are a local chapter of the national organization. So the great thing about Make-A-Wish is we have a worldwide presence where we can support our families no matter where they are. But each chapter is its own local 501c3 charity entity. So all of the monies that are donated here locally stay local to donate to sponsor wishes for kids here who live in our community.
Yeah, no, it's really awesome stuff. And I've seen in the past, like highlight videos and kind of things that people put together to kind of just showcase the actual, yeah, exactly what these actually end up looking like in the manifestation of the wishes that you guys do grant. So the last time that we talked, I understood that you guys were, just kind of like everybody else is having some issues. What are some of the challenges that you guys are facing right now?
Sure. So there's a lot. I'd say the first and foremost is over 80% of our wishes do involve travel. And because of all of the restrictions that have been put into place, we have had to postpone over 50 wishes so far. And that number is growing every day. We actually started postponing wishes before the stay-home orders were issued because we are working with such a medically fragile population. Our first thought is always keeping our kids safe. So we've not been doing any travel wishes since March, and all of them have been postponed through May, and that may extend depending on, what happens with the virus. So what's happening is we have a lot of disappointed kids right now who are looking forward to having their trips that now have to wait. And then organizationally, that's causing just a bigger list of pending kids that we need to grant wishes for. So funding is more important now than ever. And something that we're always in need of is donated airline miles, because so many of our wishes do involve travel. It's a great way for us to offset costs. So one of the things we're doing is really reaching out to the community and asking people who have unused airline miles to consider donating those to our chapter so we can use those to send our kids on their trips. And it helps us stretch our dollars even farther and grant even more wishes.
Yeah, that's kind of an interesting little avenue to pursue. I hadn't even thought of something like that. Obviously, that's why you're doing what you do. What are some other things that you guys are doing right now to kind of keep yourselves occupied and try to kind of prepare for when this hopefully does end to pick up and running again?
Sure. So really pushing airline miles donations. And I think that's a great time, especially because I think a lot of people are canceling trips or maybe rethinking making any major travel destinations right now. So having miles donated that people aren't going to use is a big push for us right now. We also have a big need for volunteers. Just because travel wishes are on hold doesn't mean that all the new referrals have stopped coming in. So every day we have new kids that are being referred to us as well. And we need to get those wishes started. So we need volunteer wish granters who really think of it as being a fairy godparent. They're the ones who go out and meet with our wish kids and our families and help make the wishes come true. And so now we're having all of those meetings happen virtually. So we're in great need of volunteers who are willing to start off these wishes for us by having Zoom meetings or FaceTime meetings or any kind of video conference that they can with our wish families to help get the wishes started, so we can get as far in the process as we can while we're waiting for the travel bans to be lifted. And then a lot of our wishes don't involve travel, and we can start working on those right away. So most of our wishes will fall into one of 4 categories. So we've already talked about the wishes to go somewhere, but we have kids who wish to have something. So we can do online shopping sprees, we can do backyard play systems, room redecorations. We're doing a wish for a young man here in Spokane who they bought a house with an indoor pool, but it was kind of in disrepair. So we're doing a pool restoration for them.
Oh, nice.
These are all things that we're still moving forward in the midst of all of the cancellations and postponements that have happened. So we need volunteers to help move those things forward and stay in communication with our families. And then something else that we're really asking the community to do is a social media campaign called Messages of Hope, where we're asking people to record an uplifting and encouraging message for our wish kids whose wishes have been postponed, so that we can share those with them, just give them a bright ray of sunshine in their day while they're waiting for their wish to come around.
That's awesome. That's really awesome. Just so that you can plug it, for people that are interested in donating or volunteering, where can they go to look into that or to sign up?
Yeah, absolutely. On our website, which is akwa.wish.org, and you can sign up to volunteer. There's a button to make a cash donation, and you can also donate airline miles through our website as well.
Awesome. Thank you. I was wondering, it's kind of an obvious question, but I was wondering if there was something a little more obscure that you can give me. But obviously, the work that you and that Make-A-Wish does has to be pretty rewarding in a ton of ways. I was wondering if you could touch on a way or two in which you feel you get, the most reward out of it, or just something that you do or that you get back from your work that really is beyond compare with anything else.
Sure, absolutely. So I actually started with the organization as a volunteer about 17 years ago. And
Okay.
we are a very volunteer reliant organization. We have over 700 volunteers at our local chapter. And so our volunteers are really the people who get to have the interaction with our kids and our families. Those of us on staff are kind of Oz behind the curtain and the office is working. So when I made the transition from a volunteer to a staff person, I was really concerned that the joy would be taken out of it for me because I wouldn't have the direct interaction with the families anymore. But what I learned is I get to see so much good in all of the helpers in our community. We try to get the majority of the value of all of our wishes donated in in-kind goods and services. So for the pool restoration wish, for example, we're trying to stretch our dollars as much as we can. So we're always trying to find contractors who are willing to donate their time or materials. And so I get to be in the great position where I'm reaching out to community members to see if they can partner with us and help. And we have wishes sometimes where we think, how are we ever going to pull this off? Kids are very imaginative and they can come up with some creative wishes. And just when you think there's no way we're going to be able to do this, all of a sudden you'll meet someone in the community who has a great idea or a resource that makes it possible. And so in a world where there's a lot of bad news, every single day I'm surrounded by people who are saying yes, and what can I do? And yes, I want to help. So for me, that's what brings me joy, is getting to see how amazing this community is that we live in and how much people are willing to help one another.
No, that's awesome to hear. That's really cool. I can only imagine, how creative and inventive you guys have to get because, no, nothing knows any bounds like a child's imagination, and then having to put that into a reality and make that come to fruition, that's got to be a challenge. In your many years, you said 17 years of volunteering, did you have a pretty good idea that you wanted to transition into actually working for Make-A-Wish, or how did that come about?
No, I was working as a teacher, and when the position opened, I just thought, wow, like it hadn't really even crossed my mind that that's something that you could do for a job. And I just thought, how can you pass up the opportunity to grant wishes for a living? That's not something many people get to do. So, yeah, I applied for the job, and now I've been on staff for 14 years, and I can't imagine doing anything different. It's a unique job that I feel blessed to be able to do every day.
Well, it's awesome that you were able to, yeah, have that discovery of that being a potential segue for you, and now you're here living it out and fulfilling it. Um, I really just want to thank you for your time. Kind of like I told you on the phone when we talked way back when. I mean, at Spokane Talks, we really try to highlight the good and reaffirm the notion that there is a lot of good work being done in our community, and yeah, you are the prime example of that and what you guys do. So thank you for being a beacon of sunshine and positivity within our community, and thank you for the time that you've taken to be on here. Good luck the rest of the way with all your endeavors, and stay safe out there, and hopefully some way down the road we can talk again.
That would be great. Thank you so much for your time.
You bet, Angela. Take care.
Have a good day.
Join us at Paint Night, where you release your inner artist, hosting events in Spokane and surrounding areas. We are the party on wheels and can come to your choice of locations. We specialize in private events, corporate team building, and fundraisers. We are the original Paint Night and want you to join in the fun. Check us out at www.paintnight.com, and we always offer $10 off with the code SPOKANE10.
National Barricade and Sign Company is a well-established company founded in 1957. National Barricade has become a well-known business in the Spokane Valley for more than 50 years. Over the years, we have built long-lasting relationships with many cities, counties, and their departments of transportation. Customers come to us because they know they are going to get the best quality service at the best possible price. National Barricade prides itself on getting the job done in a timely manner. We know that contractors must have certain items in a timely fashion to get their job done, and if we don't have it, we will get it. We guarantee fast service no matter how long it takes.
Hi, this is Tim Lane with State Farm with your quick winter tip. One of the most common questions I get is about trees and who's responsible for a fallen tree or branches. The answer comes down to negligence. If your neighbor's tree falls and damages your home, vehicle, or personal property due to a weather-related incident, then your insurance company would cover that as a non-fault loss. If you can prove negligence against your neighbor, city, or county, then they are legally responsible for your damages. If you have any coverage questions or would like a second opinion on your insurance, call my team and I at Tim Lane State Farm at 509-926-5135.
Imagine being ordered to stay home when you have no home to go to. Because of generosity from people like you, Union Gospel Mission is able to provide a place of safety and refuge for men, women, and children who have nowhere else to go. Today, more than ever, the vulnerable in our community need your help. Thank you for your generous tax-deductible gift in their time of need.
Thanks for watching. Ask the host a question, recommend a guest, or check out any of our other programs on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or SpokaneTalksMedia.com. Sponsored by Local 29 Firefighters Union, Well Dressed Walrus, and Homes for You.